Welcome to Central Innovation TV. I'm Princess the Goddess, and you can call me P2G for short. I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday morning. I definitely am. I wanted to bring a message to you today because I think it is really important. I just left from seeing a client, and it never really dawned on me exactly what I am about to tell you. I mean, the message dawned on me, but lots of people didn't understand or realize that they have to teach people how to treat them. Like, you literally have to show people how to treat you, because if you don't, they will treat you the way that they have always treated other people, or the way that they think that you want to be treated. Okay? Now, with that said, some people are really afraid of conflict. Most people don't speak up for themselves because they are afraid of the way that person may feel. They're afraid of the person, what they may think about them after they have spoken up for themselves, or they are afraid of that person potentially leaving them, or not being there for them. That may manifest, okay? But I'm here to kind of break through that fear for you. One, you are not responsible for the way that someone reacts to what you have to say. If you are explaining yourself and you're coming off in a way that is fair and respectful, and you're just purely expressing the way that you feel, or you're showing someone how you want to be treated, okay? If you're doing this, however they take what you have to say is not your responsibility. The way that they see what you're saying is based off of the way that they have been raised and their own personal beliefs. So it is not your responsibility to worry about the way that they feel. These people are individual entities. They are able to take responsibility for their own feelings and their own actions. If you were not around, this person could survive without you, okay? So just keep that in mind if you are afraid of the way someone may feel about what you have to say when you're trying to teach someone to treat you fairly, or the way that you feel like you want to be treated, okay? The other fear is that this person is going to leave you, or they're not going to receive it well, and they are going to run away, whatever. If this person indeed does leave after you have expressed to them in a respectful way how you feel, then that person they don't belong. They don't belong in your world. Because when someone doesn't like to be corrected, when they don't want to be instructed, first of all, it's hard to keep a relationship with someone like that. They always feel like what they're doing is right. They never feel like anything that they're doing is wrong. Okay, so that means that anytime there's a problem in the relationship, responsibility for the actions that they are doing in the relationship. They're always going to be, very stubborn. And when you get a relationship with someone like that, chances are it just doesn't last, or you're going to be taken advantage of in the situation, okay? Because you're going to be the one who's always having to compromise, who's always having to change, because this person feels like they don't need to change, okay? So if you're in a relationship with someone like that, it's best for them to get the step in as soon as possible anyway, okay? But so with that said, if you are expressing yourself and you're trying to teach someone how to treat you, and they don't like it so much so that they abandon you or they leave you, you just saved yourself however many years, months, weeks of heartache and pain trying to be with someone who's no good for you in the first place, okay? So don't be afraid to speak up for yourself just because you're afraid of this person leaving you. If anything, you are fast tracking, eliminating people in your life who don't need to be there. And to that I say kudos and good for you, okay? Now, I'm trying to get this camera right. Okay. Now that you understand the fears that people have about speaking up for themselves and actually, taking responsibility and treating people and teaching people to treat you the way that you want to be treated. Another thing that people are afraid of is conflict. Okay, I'm gonna get to how. We're gonna get to how you do this. We're gonna get to how you show people how to treat you. But let's talk about conflict. Conflict is necessary in every relationship. Conflict is necessary in life because without conflict, you are not able to see what needs to be changed. You are not able to conceptualize that there is a problem without conflict, okay? Conflict just means that there is a difference of opinion or a temporary, it could be temporary. Because when people come from two different backgrounds, they come from two different upbringings and belief systems or whatever, there are going to be points of tension in a relationship that have to be ironed out and fixed. It's natural. There is nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just that you guys are coming from two different places and your understanding of one thing may be different for them. They may understand the same thing that you understand as a particular way. They may understand it differently, okay? So when you have conflict, it's okay. The conflict is just there for you to realize that there is something that needs attention and it needs to be smoothed out so you guys can have the best relationship possible. Okay? You guys in the chat? Hey! Rod Meister says, my, you're so pretty. Thank you, babe. Robbie Bush says, true. Yes. Okay, so we're talking about conflict. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of conflict. Conflict is actually very healthy. That means that people are being honest, they're being open, they're being vulnerable, and they are allowing you to see parts of themselves that you are able to see up against what you think and you believe so that you guys can come to be on the same page. If there is no conflict in a relationship, you're either dating someone who is you, and even you have conflict within yourself, so that, never mind, we can scratch that off, because if you have ever felt torn, about a decision, there was conflict within yourself. So if there is no conflict, it's one of two things. Either this person is just doing and trying to be everything that you want and like, which means they're not being authentic, or this person is not revealing the deepest parts of themselves, so you're not able to see who they really are, which is still inauthenticity. Okay, so there is going to be conflict. Conflict is natural in a relationship. Now, we're not talking about abuse, okay? We're bearing, and that's completely different. We're talking about conflict, okay? Now that we're past the conflict, this is how you teach people how to treat you. The first thing you have to know is how you want to be treated. You can't teach somebody how to treat you if you don't even know what you want. You have to know what you want. This means you have to take time to learn yourself. You have to, hey Robbie Bush, I'm gonna read that in a little bit. I can't read it right now because I'm driving. But you have to take time to learn you want? How do you want to be treated? And be honest with yourself, because this is going to be the foundation upon which you are showing or teaching people what you want. And if you are not honest with yourself about what you really, truly, really desire, then you're going to end up teaching people to treat you in a particular way that's not going to make you happy. So, if you're going to do the work, do the work. Be honest. How do you want to be treated? Okay? For me, I like to be, I like to be treated in a way, I like to be treated respectfully. I like to be acknowledged. I like to be, told the truth. I like honesty. Even when it feels like it may hurt you, to be honest, I want to know. Okay? Because I like the facts. Some people don't like honesty, and that's okay too. Some people like little white lies, like, if I look fat in this dress, don't tell me, because I don't want to know. It might hurt my self-esteem more. Okay? That might be the way somebody wants to be treated. Me personally, if I look fat in this dress, please tell me I look fat in this dress, because I will fix it. I want to look my best. You know what I'm saying? Now, and you got to be careful with that too, because some people will lie to you, okay, to make you feel bad when you look amazing. So be careful with the people that you're surrounding yourself with. However, so you have to learn yourself. You have to know how you want to be treated. Secondly, once you know how you want to be treated, okay, you have to develop within yourself the bravery and the courage to be able to reflect that outwardly. And how do you reflect that outwardly? Well, you reflect that through your words and through your actions. Some people don't like that conflict we talk about. Some people don't like that because it's uncomfortable. And so in order to bypass feeling that way, what they do is they kind of like, what's the word? They like kind of withdraw, or they silence themselves because they don't want to endure the conflict. So they don't say anything, they don't speak up, and they try to move in a manner that is not offensive or what have you. But if you're going to teach someone how to treat you, you have to be able to convey this. So that means you need to develop your voice. You have to develop a sense of a voice in order to get what you want. How do you teach? When you're in a classroom, right? Your teacher, what is the tool that the teacher has in order to teach you? Their voice. You can't be in a classroom with a teacher all day or for a period and then be silent the whole time. There is no way for them to teach without speaking to you, okay? Or maybe you have a teacher that doesn't speak, but they're gonna pass out some information to you so that you know. Again, so it's the conveyance of what you want, what you're trying to teach, what you're trying to get out of this interaction. Okay, so you have to have a method, whether it's through speaking or showing someone what you want. Now let's break this down in two parts. How do you speak to teach someone to treat you the way that you like to be treated? All right. Let's say now this can go for a romantic relationship or just a relationship with a friend or family member. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, because you have to teach everyone how to treat you, okay? But let's just say you're in a relationship and this person says something to you that hurts your feelings, yeah? Naturally, because because people are afraid of conflict, they will just allow this person to ruminate on it, and then their feelings are hurt, and now they're ruminating over this, and their feelings become, even more excessively extreme because they weren't able to express the way that they felt when it happened, right? So this is where you get those people who have an outburst later in a conversation because they did not get to tell you how they felt when it first happened. Here you are coming with a problem that you might have with them, and they're bringing up something that happened from last week because now they got the bravery. Since, it's already conflict, you already brought the conflict to the conversation, to the situation. You brought it because now you're telling them how you feel. Now they are brave enough to add to the conflict by telling you what happened last week, right? What they needed to say when it first happened, then they will way that people like to deal with conflict. They'd rather wait for somebody else to create the conflict so that they can feel brave enough to say what they have to say. So this is what you do. They say something you don't like, it hurts your feelings. You let them know right there on the spot if it is, in fact, a moment that you can do this. Like, oh, y'all might be not the time to let them know or to create a conflict type of motion, a situation, right? But you get them to a place to where you feel like, okay, this is probably a good moment for me to let them know that what they said hurt my feelings, okay? And what you do is lovingly, because this is somebody you probably want to be with, you want to continue, made you feel however it made you say, hey, you let them know what you want them to do. Oh my gosh, it keeps going off, guys. But the way they said you didn't like, so let me let them know. Sometimes you can't like that. I don't like the way you said that. I don't like the way you did that. And they have some intention, but learning to do something new is really hard. Breaking old habits is really hard. So they have to go into a mode to where you're showing them how to teach you, how to treat you. So, for example, the things that they normally like, okay? So, let me give you an example. If you are sitting, your friend. Let's say you're with your friend, and your friend starts talking about people, okay? You don't like gossip. You don't like talking about people, and you've let your friend know that you don't like gossiping, okay? But for some reason, they like to do it. They start gossiping. And by that you just take a stance of disapproval. You don't participate in the conversation. You're silent. Just you're doing actions that let them know that what they're doing is not okay. You do not continue to. When they start doing something that you don't like, you need to embody a stance of, I do not approve of this, okay? I know this video is choppy. I'm sorry, guys. Embody a stance of, I do not approve of this. I do not like this. So I'm not going to participate in this with you, okay? Now, if they do something that you do like, they change once they change their behavior, let's say we're talking about your friend who's gossiping, they catch on and they're like, oh man, the mood in this place really changed when I started gossiping. I know that my friend, she doesn't like me gossiping and she's acting all weird now. So then they change the subject and they move on to something else. To reward that behavior, now what you have to do is completely drop the stance that you just took, and you need to reward the change in their behavior by becoming warm again, by engaging in the conversation again, okay? This is how you teach someone. Some people, it's hard for them to switch between energies, you know. It's hard for them to, you know, what they call it, grudges. Somebody will get mad or upset, but remember, you're not being mad or upset. You're simply taking on a demeanor that would show this person that you don't agree with, or you don't appreciate what is currently happening. You actually literally have to take on the persona of an instructor or actively teaching someone how to behave. Okay, so once they change that behavior and they start doing things the way that you would have them do it, or the way that you like, you have to immediately reward the behavior so they understand that, oh, the behavior that I was just participating in, they didn't like that, but now this new behavior that I've taken on, they like it because they're talking to me again, they're, you know, they're interacting with me again. Okay, so let me give you a rundown because I know the video was choppy. You have to, like, verbally tell someone how to treat you. Hey, if you can, right on the spot, hey, I didn't like that, I didn't like what you said, please don't do that again, you know, please do it like this. Okay, and then, so you have to tell them orally. Sometimes you cannot tell them right away, so you just wait till you get to a good place and you go, hey, you know what you did back at the restaurant, I didn't like that, can you not do that? And if you feel like you need to correct me or whatever the situation was, then please do it this way. Okay, so that's one, orally. And then sometimes you have to show them how to treat you. And if you've had a conversation, and hopefully you've had a conversation, if you had a conversation with this person and they just continue to do the things that you don't like, you have to physically show them that you are in disapproval of what they're doing by withdrawing your energy, you know, by becoming silent, not interacting with whatever they're doing. And once they switch and, you know, they move on and they stop doing it, then you become interactive with them again. But that takes a lot of strength on your part for you to completely forget what they were just doing and start to interact with them again. Okay, that does take some strength, because sometimes when they're doing something you don't like, it can make you upset. But you have to take on the demeanor of a teacher, and you have to withdraw your emotions and just deal with the situation at hand. Okay. All right, well, I hope that this has helped. Let me go to the chats. Let me go back. Rod Mr. says, my pleasure, I fully agree with you. Thank you. Robbie says, do you take the toll roads in Texas because them highways be busy, man? Nope, I don't. Rod Mr. says, having your differences. Yes, having your differences is okay. You just have to come to a place where you guys are trying to get on the same page. Conflict is completely normal in relationships. If you ever heard somebody say, oh, we never argue, it's one of two things. Either their definition of argument is different than your definition of argument, or they are in an inauthentic relationship. Okay. Which says, I feel like conflicts are needed when it has to do with relationships because it shows you that two people that's trying to make it together. Yes. Again, you know, two people from two different backgrounds are not always going to agree on things, and that is okay. You know, coming from two different standpoints on life can actually make your relationship a whole lot more well-rounded, because now you have more than one view about life. Now you have more than one view on the world, and together you guys can use that to manifest or to maneuver through life. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with that. It's completely normal. And people that think that there's a problem are, you know, when two people are coming from two different backgrounds and you don't agree, That's not a problem. It's actually a plus, because now you have two different views that can tackle a problem or a situation together. Okay. um Rob Bush says, that's a great attribute to have, because it's a lot of women that don't know what they want. Yes, knowing what you want is definitely like the foundation. You cannot tell somebody to do something for you if you don't even know what you want them to do. Robbie Bush says, I'm glad you don't read messages and drive. I don't. I'm reading them now because I'm stopped. I'm actually getting ready to go into Starbucks and work on this book, The Creation of a Narcissist. I've been working so hard. I completed the depression self-help book that will be in stores and all over the platforms, all major platforms, next week. So if you are going through a little bit of a depressive, moment, or you struggle with depression, make sure that you check that publication I'm getting ready to publish next week. I'll make sure that I come back and put it in the description box of this video. If you are watching this video later, after, if you're rewatching this stream, it'll be in the description box, and you'll be able to see the link to the publication. You'll be able to purchase it. It's a really good rundown on how to pull yourself from depression without, if you indeed, I always say it's good to seek out medical attention when you feel like you are depressed, to go see a psychologist or a therapist of some sort. But if you are if you're dead set against going to see someone about your mental health, then this book, I believe, can really be a great tool for you. Ooh, I didn't know it did that. It just got big in my face. Robbie says, your video is kind of choppy, and I know it's because you're driving. Just wanted to let you know that. Okay. But Robbie, did you get the overall gist of the breakdown of what I was saying? And the breakdown was that, well, one, you have to teach people how to treat you, and that you have to one, show them or tell them orally or verbally, and then show them physically. I also said that conflict was natural and it was okay. And then the first thing I addressed was the fears that people have about, teaching people or telling people what they want, which the first fear is that people, they are afraid of the way someone is going to react to what they have to say. They are afraid of the feelings that people may have about what they have to say. And they're also afraid that people may leave them based off standing up for themselves, or, correcting them to let them know that they didn't appreciate what they just had. Did you get all that, Robbie? Was that, did I make all of that clear? I just want to know, because if not, I will explain again. If there was a piece that you missed, let me know so I can explain it right now. Robbie Bush says, when is the next music video? You know what? It's funny you say that. I'm actually working on some music right now. I don't know. I can't do it all by myself now. Give me a few. Give me like, I don't know, like a month or two. Give me till springtime. He said, because the last one was fire. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Pradeep Kumar says, you are beautiful. Thank you, love. Robbie says, I know this is off the topic, but when are you going to do the spiritual reading video? Okay, so I'm trying to think of a really good day to publish it. Seeing as though I do the lives on Wednesdays, right? I do the lives Wednesday night. I'm trying not to clutter my schedule. So when do you think you would want me to publish a video like that? Knowing that you're going to see me every Wednesday night, what day would you like to see spiritual readings posted on? I think, in my mind, I'm thinking Fridays are good because it kind of helps end your week. But some people may differ. So you tell me. Den Sin says, hey, what's up? Hey. Can I ask you a question, please? Please say yes if I can. I badly need advice. Is it pertaining to what we're talking about? If not, send me an email at risha@sensualinnovations.com, okay? Yes, I can see comments. Robbie Bush says, yeah, I love these live videos while you're driving because you can't rehearse this and they are very helpful and authentic. Oh, thank you. I usually do these types of videos after I've seen a client, and it dawns on me that whatever we might have just discussed would be great for everybody else to understand too. I get my best material from helping you guys. Okay, Dan says, if I know someone is treating me badly and I badly want to speak up, I get extremely anxious and uncomfortable. How do I stop being uncomfortable? Okay, so I addressed that when I first started this live, but I will say this again. Most people are anxious and uncomfortable because they are afraid of the way that the person may like take what they have to say, or they're afraid of how the person might feel about what they have to say, or they're afraid of that this person might leave them for saying what they have to say. Okay. And one, you're not responsible for the way that this person feels. Everybody is capable of handling their own emotions. Okay. So you don't have to put that burden on your back about the way that this person is going to feel. You feel the way you feel and they feel the way they feel. It's okay. People are grown and they are able to handle their own emotions. Now, if they might need to withdraw from you to handle that, you know, allow them to do what they need to do to handle the emotion. Don't be afraid, because people are going to feel the way that they feel. Now, that you know, individuals have their own particular way in which they deal with or process the emotions that they feel, you know, and then from there you can determine whether or not the way they're processing is healthy. You know, some people might need to take a 10-minute breather, or, you know, they may need to come back and talk to you tomorrow, or, you know what I'm saying? But don't be afraid of the way that someone needs to process their emotions, and don't be afraid that you might make them feel some type of way. Okay. And if you're afraid that this person is going to leave you and never return to you, this person never needs to be in your place, like in your life to begin with. And if they do leave, you've done yourself a favor by fast tracking them out of your life. Okay. Because if speaking up for yourself is going to make someone leave, they're not there for you. They're there for them. And you don't want someone who's selfish. So yeah, that's how you fix that. Rod Mister says, I kiss you. Ha! I love to kiss you. I mean, mwah, there you go. Robbie Bush says, Fridays are great. Okay, Friday. Okay, all right, Fridays then. I'll upload the video on Fridays. Denson says, like, even more with my family, I get so anxious saying no, or if I don't want to do something with colleagues, I get extremely anxious saying no or standing up for myself. How do I not feel that way? You just got, wow, I just did that. Oh, wow. Wow. I did not know that this, wow, guys, sorry. I did not know that this was possible. Look, it's all in my face. There we go. Nope. No. No. I don't know what's happening right now, Joe. Y'all all in my face. Oh. Oh my gosh. I can't fix this. All right. So I gotta go now because this is weird. Wow. Yeah, this is not okay. What is this? What is going on here? All right. Well, I love you guys. I gotta go now because this is weird. All right. Until next time, make sure you hit the like button on this video. Look at y'all all in my eyes. Hit the like button on this video. Share this with someone. And I will see you guys later. Bye.